Hello, everybody. My name is Nicole Elliott, and I'm a technical analyst and private investor. And I thought I'd look at foreign exchange today, in that so many other markets are rather frothy or at extreme levels, and people are sort of touting this, that, and the other as a bargain buy or something, or a must have. I think, no, I'm not sure. I don't like all this volatility. Let's just stick with something a bit boring for a change. And foreign exchange has been boring, where the overriding theme for the last sort of 12, 13 months has been a slightly weaker dollar, a considerably weaker Brazilian real, South African rand, and to a lesser extent, a Russian ruble. These are under pressure at the moment for all sorts of different reasons. So my first chart is the pound against the US dollar. So here we go. It's a weekly chart, and I've got the Ichimoku cloud system on there. It's a Japanese trading system. And as you can see from a low in March 2020, it has been rallying, much to the surprise of many people, and against the background of Brexit, pathetic Brexit negotiations, and pandemic. So it really has, but it was at a very cheap level. I've said so on this program before. Anything sort of sub 120 is dirt cheap. Anything in the 120s is fairly cheap. And sure enough, it has rallied fairly steadily. And this week we've hit a new high since May 2018. So, that's quite a long time ago. And the high is 1.3755 US dollars per pound sterling. We've now recovered. That red horizontal line is a Fibonacci retracement resistance taken from the high in July 2014. So we're not expensive at all. We're still not expensive at all. And we're well within the band that's been established since 2017, where most of the time the pound has held between about $1.21 and 1.43. I think we're going to go up towards that next, because that represents a 50% retracement between that July high and the post-referendum low at 114.5 US dollars. Moving on to my second chart, it's the Japanese yen. And this one is quoted as how many yen do you need to buy yourself $1? And so you can see an incredibly steady, creeping drop in the number of yen you need to buy a US dollar. This is something that the Japanese authorities regularly fight against. And they have a sort of bugbear at the 100 yen level. We got down to nearly 102 at the turn of the year. And now, because we're moving sideways, we've actually broken the immediate downtrend line. But I wouldn't put too much importance on that, in that always happens. Any diagonal will be broken by moving sideways. Concentrate more on the two moving averages, which are both trending down steadily. You'll look to the right and you'll see that the cloud gets darker, heavier, and thicker between now and June. And so I think the pressure, as it has been since 2015, is to the downside, i.e. a stronger yen against the US dollar. And then my third and final chart is the Russian ruble. This one is also quoted as rubles per US dollar. And you can see that surge we had in the first quarter of 2020, when we moved from about 60 rubles per dollar to over 80 rubles per dollar. In fact, the high was 82.8 rubles per dollar. That's the record high. Subsequently, we've consolidated in a massive triangle, and we're sort of at the moment in the middle of the triangle. So we're definitely not dirt cheap, and it's not overvalued by any means. Last week and this week, we've popped up a little bit, helped along by a rising Ichimoku cloud, which means that the ruble is likely to get weaker against the US dollar. I'm expecting it to go up over the next month to the top of the triangle and potentially break through last year's high and move on to the record high. So there we go, one for your holidays.